And it came to pass, when King Hezekiah heard it, that he rent his clothes and covered himself with sackcloth, and went to the house of the Lord. And he sent Eliakim, who was over the household, and Shebaniah the scribe, and the elders of the priests covered with sackcloth, unto Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos. And they said unto him, Thus says Hezekiah, this day is a day of trouble, and of rebuke, and of blasphemy. For the children are come to birth, and there is not strength to bring forth. It may be the Lord thy God will hear the words of Rabshakeh, whom the king of Assyria, his master, has sent to reproach the living God, and will reprove the word which the Lord thy God has heard. Wherefore lift up thy prayer for the remnant that is left. So the servants of King Hezekiah came to Isaiah, and Isaiah said unto him, Thus shall ye say unto your master, Thus says the Lord, Be not afraid of the words that thou hast heard, wherewith the servants of the king of Assyria have blasphemed me. Behold, I will send a blast upon him, and he shall hear a rumor, and return to his own land, and I will cause him to fall by the sword in his own land. So Rabshakeh returned. He found the king of Assyria warring against Lebanon, for he had heard that he was departed from Lachish. And he heard that says concerning Tirhakah, king of Ethiopia, he is to come forth to make war with thee. And when he heard it, he sent messengers to Hezekiah, saying, Thus shall ye speak to Hezekiah, king of Judah, saying, Let not thy God in whom thou trustest deceive thee, saying, Jerusalem shall not be given into the hands of the king of Assyria. Behold, thou hast heard what the kings of Assyria have done to all lands, by destroying them utterly. And shalt thou be delivered? Have the gods of the nations delivered them, which my father have destroyed, as Gozan, and Haran, and Reseph, and the children of Eden, which were in Terosar? Where is the king of Hamath, and the king of Arphad, and the king of the city of Sepharvaim, Hena, and Evivan? And Hezekiah received a letter from the hand of the messenger, and read it. And Hezekiah wept unto the house of the Lord, and spread it before the Lord. And Hezekiah prayed unto the Lord, saying, O Lord of hosts, God of Israel, that dwellest between the cherubims, thou art the God, even thou alone, of all the kingdoms of the earth. Thou hast made heaven and earth. Incline thy ear, O Lord, and hear, open thy eyes, O Lord, and see, and hear all the words of Sennacherib, which has sent to reproach the living God. Of a truth, Lord, the kings of Assyria have laid waste all the nations and their countries, and have cast their gods into the fire. For there were no gods, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone. Therefore they have destroyed them. Now therefore, O Lord our God, save us from his hand, that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that thou art the Lord, even thou. Then Isaiah, the son of Amos, sent unto Hezekiah, saying, Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, Wherefore thou hast prayed to me against Sennacherib, king of Assyria. This is the Lord which the Lord has spoken concerning him. The virgin, the daughter of Zion, has despised thee, and laughed thee to scorn. The daughter of Jerusalem has shaken her head at thee. Whom hast thou reproached and blasphemed? And against whom hast thou exalted thy voice, and lifted up against thy eyes on high, even against the Holy One of Israel? By thy servant hast thou reproached the Lord, and hast said, By the multitude of my cheers am I come up to the height of the mountains, to the sides of Lebanon, and I will cut down the tall cedar there, and the choice fir trees there, and I will enter the height of his borders, and the forest of his Carmel. I have digged and drunk water, and with the sole of my feet have I dried up all the rivers to the besieged places. Hast thou now heard long ago how I have done it, and of ancient times that I formed it? Now have I brought it to pass, that thou shouldest be to lay waste defend cities, and to ruin its heap. Therefore their inhabitants were of small power. They were dismayed and confounded. They were as the grass of the field, and as the green herbs, as the grass in the housetop, and as corn blasted before we grown up. But I know thy abode and thy going out, thy coming in, thy rage against me. Because thy rage against me, and thy torment is come up into my ears. Therefore I will put my hook in thy nose, and my bridle into thy lips, and I will turn thee back by the way by which thou camest. And it shall be a sign unto thee. Ye shall eat this year such as groweth of itself, and the second year that which springeth forth the same. The third year sow ye, and reap, and plant vineyards, and eat the fruit thereof. And the remnant that is escaped of the house of Judah shall again take root downward, and bear fruit upward. For out of Jerusalem shall go forth a remnant, and they that escape out of Mount Zion. The zeal of the Lord of hosts shall do this. Therefore thus says the Lord concerning the king of Assyria, He shall not come to this city, nor shoot an arrow there, nor come before with shields, nor cast a bank against it. By the way he came, by the same shall he return, and shall not come to this city, says the Lord. For I will defend the city to save it for my own sake, and for my servant David's sake. Then the angel of the Lord went forth, and smote into the camp of the Syrians 185,000. And when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses. So Sennacherib, king of Assyria, departed, and went and returned, and dwelt in Nineveh. And it came to pass, as he was worshipping in the house of Nisroch his god, And Adrammelech and Sherazar his son smote him with a sword, and they escaped in the land of Armenia. And Esarhaddon his son reigned in his stead.